Hello and welcome back to Whiskey Wars. My name is Sean and tonight we're going to be reviewing Fireball. So let's see how this goes. So, if you are a fan of the channel, then you know what a tiny bottle means. It means that I don't drink this ever, and I bought it because I run a whiskey channel and I feel like because it is one of the top selling whiskeys in the world, I should probably review it. Now I say whiskey very generally because it's not whiskey. Okay, so alcohol percentage is 33%. Now for those of you that don't know, for it to be a proper whiskey, it needs to be at least 40%. So it's not actually whiskey, even though it says cinnamon whiskey on the front, which is a lie because it's not whiskey. Whiskey with natural cinnamon flavor. You know, asterisk here. Supposedly Fireball's not doing this anymore, but at some point there was ingredients that were similar to antifreeze in this. So that's interesting. Ignite the Night. So this feels like I should be at some kind of frat party to be drinking this, not alone in my basement. But we're gonna get into it anyway and drink this whiskey-ish stuff. I can't say I'm excited about it, but let's try and give this thing a fair shot, and we will go through the nosing and tasting notes just like we normally do. Holy hell. Okay. Wow. Okay, so this is liquid fireballs. Yeah, so if you've ever had a fireball, like those were one of my favorite candies back in the day, so maybe I will like this. But definitely not a proper whiskey by any means. There's no notes of significance coming through that are like a whiskey. It's like fireballs, and there's a chemical note I'm getting. Kind of like pine sol. So that's not great. Should I rub this on my table? No, I wouldn't do that to my table. That makes me less optimistic about what's going to happen next. But no choice, we're doing a review, so down the hatch, here we go. Okay, so it's definitely not whiskey at all. But what it is okay. It's not as sickeningly sweet as Southern Comfort, for those of you that saw that review. It is very sweet though. Way sweeter than any proper whiskey, bourbon, Irish, any other category. But it's fine. It's not super off-putting. The sweetness is kind of gross to me, but it's not like when I had the Southern Comfort, it like kind of hits your throat. It's so sweet and kind of makes you like, I don't know, almost like gag. It's so sweet. This isn't quite that level of sweetness. And the cinnamon flavor is tame enough that you can tolerate it. It's not like so overpowering. It's not like doing the cinnamon challenge from a few years ago. It's not quite that bad. I would say you would have to search for many other notes. It's really just cinnamon and cinnamon and cinnamon and some light chemically notes. Kind of never had pine sol, never drank it, but maybe a slight pine sol note in there. But I have to imagine this is something that you give to ladies that you want to get drunk for reasons. I think everybody's familiar with Fireball. You probably know what it tastes like. If you don't, and you're a whiskey guy, this is not for you. Just gonna be honest. It's not terrible, so I can't rate it terribly. I'm just gonna go 6.4. It's not the worst thing I've ever had, but it's not great. I would never buy this again, and this bottle will probably end up in the trash, unless my wife wants it or something. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. Folks, if you like the review, then please hit that like button. And if you want to support the channel, then we do have a Patreon, so look for that link down in the description. We would very much appreciate the support, and there are benefits to the Patreon, such as being able to request videos. You can get free samples from me shipped to your door of any bottle you see around me. And also, we're trying to build a community there, so you can chat with me, chat with others. So look into that if that's something you're interested in. And then also, folks, if you want to see more reviews from me of actual whiskey, then you can click right here. And also, if you really enjoy the channel, you can click right here to subscribe. And as always, folks, until next time, just remember, you can never have too much good whiskey.